Flosstube. Welcome to our channel.
Hi there, this is Flosstube number 1, and we are the Granite State Stitchers. Even though we are currently not in New Hampshire at the moment, where are we, Allie?
We're in Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. That's where Allie is currently living. The Granite State is New Hampshire, for those that don't know. And I am here visiting Allie. Her parents are both in the Air Force, and her mom is finishing up flight training. She's a pilot, and she will be graduating next month in August. So I'm here doing babysitting duty. So tell us about yourself, Allie.
My name is Allie, and I'm 8 years old. I'm going to
Third grade.
third grade. So I love to sew, cross stitch. I like just making things like
Crafty things.
crafty things. Yeah, I like making pencil holders, pencil cases, boxes, crayon holders, and all kinds of things. I love collecting cards. I like collecting stickers. I like collecting just all kinds of things. Like right now, I'm focusing on collecting cards and
What's your favorite?
Pikachu.
She's big into Pokemon cards. Um, and she is in Girl Scouts. She's a brownie, and she does horseback riding,
And
camping.
yeah.
So Allie has a lot of fun activities on her plate. And a little bit about myself. Again, I'm from New Hampshire. I know there's another stitcher from New Hampshire. Her name is Lauren, and I believe that her Flosstube channel is New Hampshire Stitcher. If anyone knows Lauren, or Lauren, if by some chance you happen to see this video, please give me a shout out, leave a comment down below. I would love to know where you are in New Hampshire. I'm in Southeast New Hampshire. I absolutely love it. I'm from Maine originally, but where I live, I'm an hour from Boston, an hour from the White Mountains, an hour from Portland. So I am in a very good location. And I'm very happy, we're very happy to be part of the Flosstube community. Allie's been wanting to do this video for a couple weeks now, and just to let you know, her mother does allow her to go on YouTube, but she is monitored. So she basically is allowed to watch craft videos, and that's it. That's it. So she's very anxious to do this video. And unfortunately, since I am in New Hampshire and Allie is here in Oklahoma, we'll have to find a way for her to do cameo roles in the videos going forward, because she won't always be with me, right, Allie?
Mm-hmm.
But our next one, I will be coming back for my daughter's graduation, so hopefully we'll get one squared away then too. But to give you a little bit on my background, my grandmother and great-grandmother were both avid stitchers. They did needlepoint, knitting, crocheting, tatting of lace. And my grandmother taught me how to crochet when I was 7, and then she taught me how to knit the following year. And I spent many summers up at my grandmother's house up in Rangeley, Maine, and just sitting alongside her, learning how to do everything that she did. She was very, very good at what she did. And then as I got older, I started sewing. I learned sewing in 4th grade, I think, when I was 10. Would start sewing stuffed animals and other small items for my sisters and my friends, then started sewing my own clothes. And it was probably around high school that I started getting into more of the embroidery, macrame, string art, Anything that involves a needle and thread or floss and yarn, I do. I did a lot in the 80s. Similar story to many of you. I did a lot of cross stitching. I had the old patterns that I still have some, the Jan Lynn, the Dimensions, Sunset, Thomas Kincaid. I still have some of those in my stash, believe it or not. And I was the type of person that was always making stuff for other people. So I don't even have any of my things from that time period. Um, my grandmother would make jams and jellies, and I would do the cross stitch lids for the jars. And anytime anybody had a baby, I would do the cross stitch birth announcement. So, and even after I got married, my husband would do woodworking items. We were house poor, so a lot of our gifts were handmade gifts. You know, a lot of Afghans at Christmas, etc. And then once kids came along, I kind of got away from the cross stitching. I still did the sewing and the knitting and the crocheting because I would make outfits for my kids. And it wasn't until probably last fall I was actually searching for sewing room makeover videos on YouTube, and I came across Country Stitchers, Deb from Country Stitchers, and she was actually doing a craft room slash sewing room tour. And I watched her video, and she had a section of her room that was dedicated to her cross stitch. And that immediately, like, wow, people still do cross stitch. It surprised me. And so I quickly found other cross stitch videos on YouTube or Flosstube as it is, and quickly became addicted back to the love that I used to have for cross stitch. Of course, it has changed so much over the years. Not only do you just have Ada, but you have all these wonderful fabrics, the linens, the even weaves, and of course they're all dyed. They're not just the neutral colors anymore. You're exploring the different color patterns and the different flosses, the silks, the variegated flosses. It's not just DMC and Anchor, and so many new pattern designers. How wonderful! How wonderful! So I've quickly jump back in both feet. It's not just a rabbit hole, folks. It is a sinkhole. It is a sinkhole. And the more videos I watch, the more I buy, and I have to stop. But the reason, again, I am the main reason that we are doing this video, or at least I am, is because I do want to get involved with the cross stitch community. I am the only one in my family other than Allie who does any type of crafting. And I would love to connect with people that have the same interest and maybe find some people who are close by me so that we can get together and I would be able to do some of this stuff with other people. That would really be enjoyable. So, moving from there, let's move on to show you what we have to show you. Right, Allie? So why don't you start? What do you want to start with? And make sure you speak up so they can hear you.
I'm cross stitching a dolphin right now, and the dolphin is on a plastic board.
Plastic canvas.
Yeah, plastic canvas, and it's really easy. I lost my needle, so my grandma had to give me another one, which is right here. And it's actually really easier with a thinner needle. So that's something I'm working on, and this is gonna be the frame for it. And the ones with the plastic canvases are really easy. It's if you're like a beginner, then you can get one of these kind of ones.
Mhm.
And something cool about them is
It just snaps in.
they comes with a frame and it just snaps in. So that's just something I'm working on. I'll show you the other one. So like like I said, I'm really into Pokemon, so I had to make this a Pokemon bookmark pattern. And
Where did we go last week?
we went to Silver Needle
We went to the Silver Needle in Tulsa because
we had to get some floss and stuff to use. So this is all my flosses for the colors. I'm gonna have some extra floss so I can make other things. And this is what I'm still on the Pikachu. I'm messing up a little bit, but it's still
she's
still,
starting with the outline.
yeah, I'm starting with the outline to make it easier. So
And this is being done on, whoops, 7 count. Did you bring out the 10 count? I got her both 7 count and 10 count Ada. I didn't know which would be easier for her to use. The 7 count obviously is very large, so it's very similar to using the plastic canvas. So we got started on the 7 count and she is doing wonderfully, wonderfully with that.
So
Okay.
I also have another cross stitch that I'm going to be doing after I finish my bookmark, and it is a snow globe charm Christmas tree, and Mill Hill has very good patterns. So if you want to do one, just visit Mill Hill, maybe on a line, and they have really cool patterns. So
yes, our first Mill Hill, and this is this has the perforated paper in it, but we'll see about the beads. Comes with the floss, so of course that'll be simple for her. But what's this called?
it's called a Christmas tree charmed ornament.
Snow globe. Yeah, very nice.
So I'll get to some of my other things. I'm really into sewing, so me and my grandma were sewing a dress with a jacket, but we still have to finish the jacket. So once we finish the jacket, we'll show you guys.
See the whole dress.
So the dress has the front and the waistband, and the back can open like that.
Yeah, we had to sew the snaps on, right?
So something really cool about it is that it's always like fluffy, and the thing right here, there is a line, so it connects them up.
Yeah.
And
the dogs are speaking.
And another thing I'm going to do is after I finish that, I will be doing a outfit.
An outfit, yeah.
And it's for the summer. You can find it at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, or Walmart, and they have a craft area where you can buy patterns. So that's also. So I have the fabric I'm going to be using is a flower fabric. It's not the exact same as that, but
very similar.
So it's a flower with green and blue on it. So
yeah, I think that will go wonderfully with this.
Yes, and the bag for my cross stitch is.
So what are we going to be? So what are the other things that are going with this? We might be cutting this out this afternoon.
So we have some bias tape that you can find at Hobby Lobby. And we also have some polyester elastic. We also have the thread I'm going to use. Looks very similar to the fabric, and it is this
very pretty thread.
Thread.
And hopefully, if we have any fabric left over, what are we going to make?
I'm going to make one for my American girl.
For her American Girl doll. Absolutely. So, now, just a backstory on Allie and her sewing. Allie did have one of the, is that a child sewing machine?
Yeah, it's like a travel one.
It's just a small child sewing machine that we got at Walmart. And she was making a lot of things. She just taught herself. She just started sewing. She was making bookmarks. She was making headbands. She was she made herself a little pocketbook and a little change purse. And one thing about the headbands, my daughter made the comment one day when she came home from being on base, and she talked about how the helmet, how her hair sticks in the top of the helmet. And Allie came up with the idea of making wide headbands for the female pilots to wear over their head so that their hair wouldn't get caught, right?
Mhm.
And that was a big hit for her.
So if you want a headband, get a
Excuse me.
comment and then we'll make a headband for
She
you.
might make you a headband.
Just
Well, maybe we'll do that as a giveaway on one of these floss tubes, right? So to get back to the sewing, my daughter does not know how to sew. My daughter took shop in school. So she can make you a lamp, but she doesn't know how to sew. And my daughter asked for a sewing machine for Christmas because she wanted to learn. So I got her a sewing machine and Allie quickly commandeered it. My daughter still hasn't touched it or taught herself how to sew, but Allie uses it and sews up a storm. Right, Allie?
mhm.
So, and another funny side note is, oh, you didn't bring your vest out. Why don't you go grab it while I talk about that? Is when Allie joined her brownie troop, her leader, she had to order her vest, and the leader ordered her patches that go on the vest. And when Allie got her vest, the leader had actually glued the patches, her insignia patches, onto the vest. And it was a rubber-based glue, so after a while they would just peel off. And when my daughter went to one of the meetings, she saw everybody's vest and the patches were either just hanging off or they were stuck on with, not mummy's, yours, stuck on with safety pins. And so Allie came home and sewed her own badges and patches on. And when she went back to the next meeting, everyone was so impressed with the fact that her patches and badges were sewn on because evidently none of the moms in the troop know how to sew. And so Josh happened to take Allie to that meeting, and my daughter sent me a picture, and I'll try to figure out how to insert it. Um, Editing may be Allie's strong point. And there's a picture of Josh at the sewing machine. Josh um, taught himself how to sew, and he has a stack of Brownie and Daisy vests next to him, and he's sewing everybody's patches on. So it's quite comical. So both Josh and Allie know how to sew, but my daughter still doesn't. So here's Allie's vest. She sewed her insignia on. Then where's your patches?
So I have a patches right here and also some in the back, and I'm going to be adding some more. So I'll tell you. And
Yeah. Allie went to Girl Scout camp this summer and she got 2 new patches.
then I'll also show you some fabric that I got from the store. We're going to make a little blanket
I'm gonna make a little quilt.
out of it. And it is a Harry Potter one, which I also have another one too. It has all the Harry Potter characters on it. I'll show you the other one too.
Mhm.
This one right here, where it has this one with all the get houses on it, and you also have the one with the map on it, and one that has the triangle on it, and we have one with Harry Potter on it, and one just says Harry Potter. And you can buy this at Walmart in the craft section. So
Did we get, oh yeah, we did get this at Walmart, right? So we are going to do a Harry Potter patch quilt for her doll bed, right? Oh, you didn't show them what else you got at the Silver Needle
I'm into Harry Potter, so we
and
got a
Pokemon.
slithering house scissors. So you can buy these at craft stores or sewing stores, and they are scissors with cases on them. They should come with cases, so if they don't, just try to find one because they can cut you. So
Mm,
they'll have a
very
case,
sharp.
and you'll have your case with
Hmm.
yeah,
And those scissors are only used for your needlework, right?
and
Okay.
I'll show you some of the other things I've made.
Did you want to show them your bag for your cross stitch?
This is my bag for my cross stitch. I got it from Pinky Promise. She has really good designs on the bags. So they're bigger than some um, craft bags, and I'll show you the other one we also have, which is also from
Let me see that just for a second.
Pinky
So I have become a bag connoisseur. I'm sure that Allie and I at some point can sit down and get a pattern and figure out how to make these. Um, but for now, it's just easy to order. And plus, I love giving business to the small Etsy shops. But just to show you in comparison, her bag versus it's a little bit larger than the normal size um, project bags. And she picks a theme. So this is obviously a nautical theme, and this is what Allie keeps her dolphin in. But she does such a wonderful job of doing the embroidery on the back to match the theme of the bag. So you got your other one?
This is a unicorn one. This is for all my sewing stuff for my
Your sewing stuff?
yeah, for my sewing machine and my sewing stuff. So I keep my fabric for my doll in here. So it'll all be in this project bag. You can find project bags
Did you want to show them the unicorns on the front?
on Etsy. And the unicorns on the front. There's some right here inside the bag with the see-through
The vinyl
vinyl. And you can buy these on Etsy from Pinky Promise.
from Pinky Promises. Yep.
And let's show you some of the things I've been making just like that.
These are her other craft projects.
Pencil cases. Um,
So tell them what this is made out of, Allie.
it is made of a toilet paper roll
Toilet paper.
with foam. And
Foam board on the outside, and she put felt on the bottom.
You can get some beads too, and just glue them on. And the cool thing about this one is you can put some string in it and just play around with it. It's really fun.
Yeah, these are actually beads. So when she says you can put string in it, she's talking about through the holes in the beads.
So I'll show you some other things that I also made out of some beads and foam. So this is a Tic Tac box where
Make sure you hold it up.
you have I use it as a crayon box where you keep all your crayons in it. So that's something. So you can open it that way, or you can just get a crayon out of this
Yeah,
and just take it out like that.
but you had to eat all the Tic Tacs first, right?
Yeah. Or you can just jump.
That was the fun part.
And this is also
And what's this?
a pencil case where I have a bead right here, and you can get a piece of string in the back to pull it over and put it inside
To close it.
Yep. And this was also made out of foam.
What's this made out of?
Foam. It's white foam, and you can get some foam at Hobby
Four
Lobby,
pencils are in
Michaels,
there, yeah.
or like a foam store maybe.
Or it can be any color foam board, right?
Yep. Any color.
Foam. Sorry, not foam board, foam.
And we also got a poster board.
Yes, this was our trip to Hobby
Hobby
Lobby
Lobby.
this week.
And this is the foam is, I mean, not the foam,
It's like a glitter poster board.
yeah, and it has different like Christmas colors right here. So there is a blue right here. You can't really see it that well. There's a bluish one right there, and there's a silver, a green, a gold, and a red. So it's the Christmas colors and stuff. So that's that. And
Can't wait to make some Christmas stuff.
I have nothing else. So I'll move on to my grandma.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
So I did not bring that many projects with me to Oklahoma. I do have WIPS at home. I just finished up doing June cross stitch camp for Colorado cross stitcher Sherry. Her channel is great. If you don't follow her, hop over, check her out. She is one of these people that does cross stitching, but she also does knitting. And she used to own a yarn store. And she sold that, and now she has a cross stitch supply store. And she does boot camp, cross stitch boot camp in the winter and then in the summer. So June's theme was you had to stitch something with a bird in it. And I did a Thanksgiving theme one with a turkey. And that is back home in New Hampshire. So I'll have to show you that during one of my other WIP displays because it's not finished. But this month's theme is stitching something that grows. So this is being done for July boot camp. And this is actually a pattern that was created by Sweet Wing Studio for the Cornhusker State Stitchers, Terry and Jamie. If you don't follow them, go follow them. They're two of my favorites. Jamie just cracks me up. I don't know how many WIPs this girl has, but it has to be close to 100. So maybe someday I'll be there with you, Jamie. Maybe someday. Um, so this is the pattern that I'm doing. And the theme was something that grows. So of course I saw these sunflowers. And they also have an Etsy store. Um, I'll have to list it below because I can't remember what it is. I don't want to say it and get it wrong. But so this is being stitched on. The called for linen was 32 count straw, but I am doing this on a 32 count Belfast linen by Color and Cotton, and the color is Apparition. And I just started this a couple days ago, so I haven't gotten very far on it. Fold this. So basically, I've just done the flagpole, which is right here on the pattern. So hopefully I'll get to put some more stitches in that. I would like to get this finished by the end of July, and I think that I can.
Oh, my grandma's gonna go to, she might go to like a sewing, um,
For retreat.
yeah, she wants me to come with her, so I do
Won't
want
that
to
be
go.
fun?
Yeah.
Yes, we'll have to find one that we can go to. So, and that is in a bag, one of my project bags by Black Cat Stitchery.
She's really good at it.
She's very good. You can tell her bags have the little black cat on it. She's on Etsy, and you get the bag, and she also includes a matching needle minder that goes with it, and she also has the floss buddy that goes with it. So again, one of my stitching Etsy shops that I found for project bags.
Make sure to check her out.
So again, like I said, I've become a project bag connoisseur. So this project bag, I still keep with the theme, right, is from Goose Designs. I like the ones that have the vinyl front. I haven't had a problem with anything sticking. I like to be able to see what's in the project bag. I have some that are the large project bags, and they're all the material. They don't have the vinyl front, and that's fine, but I know what's in those. So this this pattern is Heinz-It. I'm sorry, take it out of the bag. So sorry. Welcome to the lake. And I saw this pattern done by Jen, Two Tall Stitchers. That is a mother and daughter team, Jen and Carol. You have to go check out their channel. Carol is a riot. She has such a wry sense of humor, and I thoroughly enjoy watching them. And the type of projects that they do, it's funny because back when I used to, really do a lot of cross stitching back in the 80s and 90s, you didn't think about having more than one project going at a time, or at least I didn't, because like I said, my projects were always gifts for other people. So you were basically a monogamous stitcher. But it's funny now when I watch these channels and I binge watch. So when I say that I've been watching the Colorado Cross Stitcher or Two Tall Stitchers or Cornhusker State Stitchers, I binge watch. I'll sit down and binge watch all their episodes, all their videos. Um, but Jen had done this for a friend of hers who has a lake house, and I just absolutely loved it. And hopefully, I can finish this up and um, hang it up in my lake house up in Rangeley someday. So this is where I've gotten basically just the first leg of the W, and this is being stitched on, sorry, I should have had this out. This is being stitched on a 28 count Jovelin mushroom. And I love this. I love this. Again, this fabric was not around back in the 80s and 90s, or at least I wasn't aware of it. And it's soft and it's easy to work with. I enjoy stitching in hand when I have the chance. I still will use a hoop, um, but love this fabric. Love this fabric. I am finding, and this is something else that I am hoping to get from the Flosstube community, is advice on how to work with a lot of these different flosses and a lot of these different weaved fabrics. This one is not too bad, but I have one that I'm working on, well, the 32 count for the Sweet Wing Studio, and I have a 36 count that I started, and I do have the magnifiers and I did get the light, but again, do you use two flosses or do you just use one strand? Let me know what you find easier. And maybe is it just preference? Because again, this is all new to me getting back into this.
So if you know which one's easier, just comment down below.
Yes, Allie, thank you. So the next one is a Nora Corbett pattern. Again, a new designer. I haven't worked with her stuff before. Look at that one. This is, again, another Pinky Promise bag. The inside of it is all butterflies and moss with the moth on the back. Beautiful. And this pattern I'm doing for Allie. It's Letters by Nora, and this is the letter A. And I just thought that this was so dainty, this little fairy in here. And this is being done with DMC, but also Krynic, Classic Colorworks, and a lot of beads. Now, I've never worked with the Krynic before. Some people say, I've heard some people say it's difficult to work with. Some people say that they haven't had a problem working with it. But please let me know any tips and tricks you have working with the Krynic. I'm looking forward to seeing how this looks on the fabric. And this will be my first time using beads as embellishments on a pattern too. So I'm very anxious to see how this will come out and anxious to see Allie hang it on her wall.
You want to show them the floss colors?
Do I want to show them the floss colors? Absolutely. The other ones were DMC Call for Colors, and actually I take that back. I don't see DMC in here, so these must all be Classic Colorworks. But look at that color palette. So pretty.
read the colors.
Would you like to read the colors? Okay, Allie would like to read the colors.
So this one is old blue jeans. It's just a blue and it's like a darker blue. So that's old blue jeans, and this is vintage violet, which is just like a bunch of violets mixed together.
That's pretty.
And this is Whatley Woodlands, where it's like some browns together. And Key Largo. This is really like light color.
Almost like a light teal.
Yeah. This one's cloud. They called it cloud because it looks like a cloud, the color of cloud.
Mm-hmm.
So we
A
like,
light blue.
yeah, it's like a cool Lateri. And
Let's see, what's that? Oh, La Tiara.
Latera, which is a brown, kind of like Air Force brown colors. They have a lot of colors that she's gonna have to do. This is a deep fennel.
Which is like a green, but it's not showing up green. I'm sorry, I don't have, not prepared. I should have had something to put it against.
Then this is cobweb peach, which is a peach kind of with white, if you can see it.
A light peach.
This is the last but not least.
Last but not least, that says Wisconsin.
Wisconsin wood.
Is that a state?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a state.
That's a state.
I know my history.
And this is being stitched on a white shell linen, 32 count water lily. And this is where I've gotten on this one.
She's really good at cross.
Just the beginning of the A. So again, these I've just started since I've been here in Oklahoma. So we're right up here, this part. So that is Letters from Nora for Allie's room. Thank you, Miss Allie.
And I like all the project bags that Pinky Promise makes. There's good designs on the backs. Like she said, they're just really good.
And this project bag is from Joyful Stitching. The thing, yes, this is my favorite. I love her project bags, Deborah Yara, because number one, she quilts them on the back, but I don't know if she uses some type of interface. They're very sturdy. They're very sturdy. So I really enjoy using her bags. And plus all her bags come with floss. It comes with matching floss. She puts 2 skeins in, and it also comes with these little tiny project bags that are inside, and I use it to hold my needles and my scissors and my floss and whatever other crafty things I have in there. It does. She puts matching floss in there. So this one came with probably, in this one, it came with the blue and the pink. I'm guessing because this is what color her zipper pull is. And the large one probably came with white and another blue. So she matches the bags. And if you get both the mini bag and the large one, you get 4 skeins of floss. So this one is, sorry, I didn't take this one out of the plastic. This one is Dog Sampler by Imaginating Ink. And this one is being done on antique white Aida 18 count. And I haven't really gotten very far with this one. Here's the beginning. I've done the flowers that are up here in the beginning of this dog. But the question out there to the community, I don't know, this pattern I've had probably for 30 years. Well, maybe not that long. I don't know when it came out. well, 2001, so at least 20 years. And I'm guessing that the floss at the time was not color fast. Because I know at one point the Ada floss was not color fast. And if you washed it, the colors ran. So I don't know if that's what happened with this, but if you can, I don't know if you can see it. I had started the flowers in the wrong spot and I had one right here. And it actually bled. Yeah, it bled onto the Ada. So I don't know if I should try just using a Q-tip with maybe a little water and baking soda, or does anyone else have any suggestions as to how to get that out? I may just have to redo the flower there and have this random flower. I'll work it into this vine somehow if I have to. Um, but if anyone has any suggestions or tips or tricks to get that out, just comment down below. Shoot me a message and let me know your ideas. And this is all being done on Call for DMC colors. And then we have, okay, this is my oldest WIP. Even though I had not been cross stitching since the 90s, I still had WIPs from the 90s. My other oldest WIP is back at home, but this is my oldest, and I brought it with me because I really do want to finish this up. And this is another Pinky Promise bag. That's the embroidery she did on the back, a fleur-de-lis, and which I think is very appropriate for this pattern to be in. Whoops. And the inside is just if you can see that. And actually hers are quilted on the inside too. I didn't notice that before. They're pretty sturdy. So this pattern I had started in 1992. This is my oldest WIP. And I had started this for my cousin's wedding. He has since divorced. His kids are in college. And I still have the cross stitch. Never finished it. Didn't really get that far on it. I don't know why. But this is a good old Leisure Arts pattern. And I'm actually doing this one in the back. And I am just repurposing this because my son is getting married in October. So I figured, well, I'll finish it up and give it to them for a wedding gift. I have a couple other wedding ones that I have also picked out, but maybe I'll just do one as an anniversary gift at some point. But I really do want to get this one finished up since it has been hanging out for 30 years. And this is how far I've gotten on it. Like I said, not very far, but we'll get this one wrapped up and off as a wedding gift to Nicholas and Sarah. And that's being done on, I believe it's 18 count Ada, whatever the called for is with the DMC. And that is it for my WIPs that I brought to Oklahoma with me. Do I think that's it? I don't know. Is that it? Yeah. Yeah. Did you want to show them the blanket? I put it back in the closet. So we don't really have much to show for haul. We did go to the Silver Needle in Tulsa last Friday and basically just got the floss that we needed to work on some of our projects, and Allie got her scissors.
So if you like cross stitching and you live in Oklahoma or near Tulsa, then go ahead and check it out.
Yep. I wish I had the time to stop at needlework or quilt shops along the way on my way back to New Hampshire. But unfortunately, I do have a time limit. I am self-employed and I need to get back to work, as always is the case, right?
So we're both leaving tomorrow. I'm going to.
That's right. Where are you going?
I'm going on an airplane to Lollipop's house, which is
Her
only
grandparents, her
yeah.
other grandparents.
And
And where do they live?
they live in Ohio.
They live in Ohio. Yes, they do.
And I'm going on 2 flights, which I think is like 3 hours to.
Isn't it just blows my mind. Ohio is one of the next states over on the other side of Missouri,
And they don't have
and they don't have a direct flight. It just it's probably, as the crow flies, maybe an hour and a half flight, and it's going to take them 3 hours because they have to switch planes someplace.
And then we also had to get the luggage that's gonna go in the bottom of the.
Well, your luggage will end up there.
Yeah,
But yeah, it just, I don't know.
just
Flight travel these days. I drive. Not that I'll be flying back for August for my daughter's graduation, but I drove down here 2 weeks ago and I'm driving back tomorrow. Just because I don't mind driving, and
It's fun.
it is fun for me. It's relaxing for me, and a lot of times I do get to stop and sightsee or go stop at places along the way. So that's your plans for the next couple weeks, and I'll be back here the first week in August.
So if you finish any of your class stitches, we'll take a little video.
Yeah, maybe you'll have some new ones started, right? Hopefully you'll have your dolphin and maybe your Pokemon finished and starting the Mill Hill, right?
So that's it.
I do think that's it.
So
We don't want to make this too long. Like we said at the beginning, we're very happy to be here. We appreciate you so much, and
thanks. Thumbs up down below.
if you do like what you saw and you do like our content, please give us a thumbs up.
Or
and
hit the bell button.
Hit the bell button, the subscribe button, right? And hopefully we'll be back in a couple weeks. I don't know how often we'll get a chance to do these. I would like to try to have Allie in as many of them as I can. But that all depends on whether I am here in Oklahoma with her or whether her mother can figure out a way to do a short video and I can insert it as a clip. As my daughter has said, Allie will most likely just be making guest appearances on the video. But we'll see, right, Allie? So I will attempt to link below, if I can figure it out, the Etsy stores and the cross stitch, the Flosstube channels that I have mentioned. Again, that was Country Stitches, Deb and Liz, they're fabulous. Colorado Cross Stitcher, Sherry, the things that she does. The Hawk Run Hollow series. I need to do that whole series now because of Sherry. Beautiful. Two Tall Stitches, Jen and Carol, love the stuff that they do too. Another thing that I will say about watching other floss tubers is I always thought that I was a certain type of stitcher. I never really got much into, large projects or full coverage projects or samplers. It was, like I said, it was mostly gifts for other people. So it was like, well, what would they like? The aesthetic look to it. But I have to say that now seeing what other people are doing, it's like, oh, I might like to do that, or oh, I will definitely give that a try. So I'm finding that it is expanding and broadening my horizons, just watching what other people are doing. So I really like that. I really like that a lot. Cornhusker State Stitchers, Terry and Jen, they are always doing many, many multiple projects, and they have one full coverage project that I haven't seen them work on in a while, probably since last October. It is a ginormous, ginormous project. It's called Uninvited Guest, and it is a Halloween, and I ordered that pattern, and it's probably going to take me 10 years to do. It is huge. It is huge. And again, Lauren, the New Hampshire Stitcher. Lauren, if you see this or if anyone knows Lauren, please direct her, point her in this direction because I would love to find out where she is in New Hampshire and possibly hook up with her. And anyone else that's in New Hampshire or Maine, please give me a shout out. I would love to meet you too and hook up with you at some point. So again, thanks for viewing. We'll be back hopefully in a couple weeks. And Allie, careful. And give us a thumbs up and subscribe, and you'll be sure to catch the next one. We'll catch you later. Bye.
We almost forgot that we are doing a second video of my craft room, or my craft space, I guess.
Yes, Allie has, for Christmas this past year, Allie's mom surprised her
With a craft
and turned part of her playroom into craft room space. So Allie wants to give you a tour and show you where she does all her crafting items and her sewing. So if I can figure out how to do that, we will either link that to the back of this video or we'll just do,
we'll link it down below.
Yeah, we'll just do a whole nother video. Okay, but we just want to let you know to keep an eye out for that. All right, thanks. Bye.